Happy 3/3 to 3:30 closing of the vortex closing that we just had yesterday. Today's the 31st, so we're closing out the month of March. So for a lot of people, they're closing that out. You know, for me, I'm in the Aries. I go by the 5D calendar, so we're already in the new year. But for a lot who are still on the Gregorian calendar, they're closing out. So the 31st is also a major day that says this is the end of this month. And for a lot of people who are stepping into a truer timeline, they're recognizing that this is the beginning of the new year, like April 1st, which is why they have April Fools, right? Because April Fools, that's when they had to do something with that date, because April Fools, April 1st used to be the new year, right? Before they did what they did with the Gregorian calendar. So they had to do something with that day because people were still celebrating the new year. So they turned it around on them and called them fools, and then would say, hey, April Fools on April 1st. So for a lot of people who are not quite where I'm at astrologically, because I go with the cosmos, for those of us who follow the cosmos, the new year begins in spring. And the beginning of the first month is Aries, right? Cosmically speaking. For those who are still going by the months of time, have realized and remembered that once upon a time, the new year was April 1st. So to those who celebrate that, I could get with that too. I just can't do New Year's in the middle of winter. But I can get with those who are on April 1st. So I honor that as well. So those of you who are celebrating New Year's tomorrow, April 1st, Happy New Year to you as well, as you begin, that time, which is still in Aries. So we're beginning that new year. We're still fresh in that new year season. If you notice, it comes right after the closing of the 3/3 portal. We closed the 3/3 3:30 vortex yesterday, and 2 days later, here's the new year. So cheers to the new year for those who are aligning with truer times in their timeline. Oh, so divine. Ashe, ashe. Tap it up, tap up the hearts. Welcome in for those of you who are coming in. Thank you for joining. I think it says Tim. If I saw that correctly, I saw a T and a Q. So I'm going to say QT. Thank you for joining and coming on in. So thank you for the hearts. Yeah, send them hearts up, because that's how the algorithms get other people to find where we are at as we're continuing to discuss the parasitic entanglement in the bloodline. This is why I'm doing the ancestral passage for those who are ready to unlock these dormant codes in their bloodline. We're running out of space, so I'm letting you know right now. For those who are interested in the retreat, I was just checking it today, and I was like, wait a minute, we probably got like 2 seats left. I mean, the good thing is nobody really solidified their registration yet, maybe just one. But from what I'm seeing, we have possibly maybe 1 or 2 spaces left for those who are interested in the ancestral retreat, where we're going to be going on a Sankofa journey in Jamaica. It's 3 to 6 days depending on which package you choose to keep. And this is right after the vortex closing. This is right after all that has been happening and all that is happening in the family. So if you're going through particular things in your bloodline, if you're feeling that stuff shift for you, you may want to check this out. If this is a major move that you're doing, if you're thinking about expatriating out of the US at some point, if you're thinking about leaving, whatever it is, if you're thinking about just leaving certain traditions behind in the family, in the old family, then you may want to, partner up. You may want to take this Sankofa journey, right? Let me see. What does it mean if I keep seeing 22, 22? 2 is the harmony of duality. 22 is master builder. It's the master builder number because, right, you build with 2s. Every time you have the harmony of duality, you create, right? The 2, the harmony of duality, meaning harmonizing the masculine and feminine energy, aka the creative and receptive activity. Every time you're harmonizing the 2, you do what? You create. Down to a very biological, physical explanation. When a man and a woman gets together, when they harmonize, they create something. There's a baby that's created biologically, and so it is energetically. This harmony of duality is the modality of everything of our existence. It is the modality of energy. How energy moves is through the harmony of duality. Every time there's a harmony of duality, there is a creativity, right? So when you're seeing 2, I believe you're seeing 4 2s, you are seeing the foundational balance of the harmony of duality. 4 is the foundational balance. So if you're seeing it 4 times, you're seeing the foundational balance of the harmony of duality. If you're seeing it 3 times, you're seeing the creative completion of the harmony of duality, or you're seeing the trinity of the harmony of duality. So you're in your master builder season. You're seeing a lot of 2s because it is time to be about that harmony of duality. You're either on the brink of it, or you have been exercising it. You've been seeing it. And when I see the 4, I'm seeing, the foundational balance. So you're balancing it, or you're exercising the balance of this harmony of duality, which means you may also be looking at the 4 core lower chakras. You may be also harmonizing your root, your sacral, your solar plexus, and your heart, or the energies may be asking you to do so. If you haven't been intentionally doing so, it may be calling you into purposeful, intentional, foundational balance of these 4 lower chakras, which there's a harmony of duality between 2, if that makes sense. Ashe, gratitude. You're welcome. Make sure, let me see if I answered anybody else. Hi Nafisa, peace, love, and light. Welcome in. How have you been? Those of you who are coming in, Chase 3333. See, there goes some more 3s. Thank you for the follow. Send the hearts, so that more people can find this. That trip sounds lit. Oh, yes it is. It is definitely going to be lit. You're welcome to join in. You're welcome to inquire more. Message me, send me your email, and I will email you further information about it. It is going to be at the end of April. I was going to say this month, but we're not quite in April yet. But as I said, I'm already in Aries. So it's going to be the end of April, from the 23rd to the 29th, if you choose to do 6 days, or from the 23rd to the 26th, if you choose to do the 3-day weekend in the sacred space. So we're going to have a sacred space, and then we're going to go on an excursion. So the first part is very sacred of what we're going to be doing in tapping into our bloodline, because that's how we tap into the codes, right? The ancestors in time are the codes in our bloodline. So we're going to be tapping into that in a sacred space, in a sacred setting, really just practicing a lot of deep grounding and listening to the earth. We're going to learn how to listen to the earth codes, learn how to get our earth codes, our water codes, our wind codes, like all of the elementals, the fire codes. And we're really going to be unlocking those earth codes, right? The codes that have been dormant in the earth, really tapping into your earth chakra, to which the earth chakra is like your deep root chakra. I call it the earth portal, if you will. It is your connection to every existence that you've had in this earth, your multiple timelines, your past lives, as well as your bloodline, that you've chosen to come into. Yes, I said chosen, because you chose your very bloodline. I know all of us don't like to hear that. I know when it first hit me, it was like, what? Why would I choose this madness, right? Why would I choose this? But we choose every bit of the bloodline that we are in for a reason. It's part of the interweaving, the fabric of time that you exist in, right? And your over self, your spirit self knows this. Your spirit self chose this. It chose to have this soul unfolding journey. It literally went and said, boop, I need that, I need that. I need the mother that's going to abandon me. I need the father that's going to reject me. I need the family that is going to betray me. Like, we chose to have these particular earthly experiences to challenge us and give us the opportunity to have the remembering. that I spoke about earlier. I know a lot of people don't want to hear this. Not everybody could withstand these frequencies. It's like, I don't want to hear it. But believe it or not, we chose every bit of it. So on this journey, on this Sankofa journey, on this retreat that we're going to be on, because we are retreating our soul, we're going through a spiritual dialysis. We're washing the blood, right? For those who don't know what a dialysis is, that's when you take out the blood. For those people who got to go and do a dialysis, they got to take out the blood, clean the blood, and put the blood back in. It's like that. At a very deep, energetic, spiritual level, we got to go take that bad blood out, take out that tainted blood, wash the blood, clean the blood, and put the blood back. And that way we can have direct access to our ancient codes, our ancient ancestors, our ancient DNA, right? Another part of why we chose a particular bloodline is not just to have the issues in our family, but it's to also extract something deep, deep down in the family bloodline. Believe me, the information travels that far, right? And there's something in your ancient DNA that goes way, 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 way back that you came to extract. The gifts that you came to get. You might have been a healer, a seer, one of those major gifts from your ancient DNA. And you're here. You're so powerful in this particular lifetime. You're meant to extract that. And the way, a lot of people don't realize this, but the way you extract it is also according to the degree that you break certain chains in the recent family bloodline, right? The way you clear the fog, the way you have that spiritual dialysis and clean that blood, the way that you do that, that determines how deep you can reach into the bloodline, clear those clogged arteries, so to speak, and allow the pure light energy to flow through. Allow the truth of your divinity, your ancient codes to come through the DNA. It's how you unlock it. It's how you open it up. And a lot of people don't understand that. A lot of people think, what's in the past, I need to leave it in the past. No, you need to go dig it up, go back, get it, exhume it, deal with it, see it, because there's something in it for you. So when we go into this, for those who are coming to the retreat, you'll see it's definitely an intimate setting. That's why I'm only doing like a small group of people. It's very intimate. It's like 6 people. Depending on how many people want to come, I may extend it to about 10. But for right now, it's 6 people. So first come, first serve, whoever registers first, because it's the end of April. So we're right there. So if you got your income tax, you know what to do with it. Like, you don't even have to think, well, I don't have it right now. Don't let those things hold you back. If you filed tax, there you go. Like, that's what I'm only sharing with you, what I do. That's exactly what I do. Wait till the tax come and be like, here you go. We gonna go. We gonna make it work. Right? Don't look at things through the lens of lack and limitation. Oh, I don't have it right now. Maybe next time. Listen to spirit. Listen to spirit. And if spirit is calling you, we got to learn how to move when spirit is calling us and not have all these questions in the background. Ashe. Greetings, Nafisa. You still there? Let me know if you still there. Let me see who else is coming in. Hill, thank you for sharing the live. Who else we got? Tough, does it say Tough Man? I think it said Tough Man join. Thank you for joining. Go ahead and tap those hearts so more people can find us, find the coordinates, find the frequencies, and tune right in. So we got a lot going on, energetically speaking, and we got to learn how to work with, and I don't like to say gotta, because I don't like to tell people what they got to do. Sometimes it's just a habit of speech. But we are in a space and time right now where time is of the essence, because time is essence. Tickle me pink. Time is essence. Spirit is essence. What we're breathing in is the breath of life as spirit is essence. So we're moving accordingly to the essence within time. And we're realizing it is according to how we align and how we attune to the essence in time. So everything that's happening now, particularly with families, as you see, we'll go on and talk about, is unfolding to take us to that next level. And it's according to what we see, feel, what is being revealed to us. Where are we in the book of Revelations in our soul, in our life? Because that book is you. So where are you in that book? This is a book that a lot of people don't like to read because they don't know how to decode it. And it looks scary. And sometimes it is because things are ending. The revelations of truth are saying this is ending. Ashe? So we're in very pivotal times. We're in a space where we have to pay attention to our energies, our frequencies. Pass me the charger in the red bag, please. Thank you. Where we have to pay attention to our energy centers, aka the chakras, whatever it is that you call them, because these energy centers are doorways into our consciousness. This is what I work with every full moon. Right now we would be on the solar plexus in the yellow. We'd be on our solar plexus right now. We start 3 days before the full moon, whenever we're doing our full moon work, which the next one is going to be in June. And we start with the root, then the sacral, and then the third day, which would be the solar plexus today, working on our identity body. And we're transmuting any fear-based thoughts and feelings into love. Love is the opposite of fear. And so on the full moon, we transcend that, or as I say, wash it over in love, under love, which is the understanding. And that full moon amplifies that. The reason why I do with the full moon, because the full moon is the feminine energy that, just like it raises the tides, which is the waters are our emotions. So just like it raises the tides in the ocean, it raises the tides of your emotion. And so this is how it brings things to the surface. I call it the cosmic spotlight. It's like it really spotlights our dysfunctions and whatever we got going on that we need to look at. And that's why a lot of times we feel like things are falling apart when it comes to the full moon. The full moon comes and we like, oh, here we go again. It must be a full moon. We need to be blessing it. We need to be thankful. Like, thank you, full moon. Thank you, cosmic spotlight, for bringing up this dysfunction that I was not seeing any other way. It heightens around the time of the full moon to really grab your attention, to say, hey, this is something I think you need to mention. This is something I think you need to pay attention to. So whatever is coming up, as funky as it may feel, as annoying as it may seem, it is here to bring you who you really are. It is here to bring up what you need to see. Things that have been dormant, things that have been in your subconscious. This is why I say bring it to the light of your consciousness. Bring it. This is how you unlock your soul code. Because your subconscious is a part of your soul. Your soul is comprised of 3 parts: superconscious, conscious, and subconscious. And then here goes that harmony and duality again. When you have that harmony of duality with the conscious and the subconscious, you activate the superconscious. This is how you tap into your superconscious. It's very simple. It's none of that difficult stuff that you may hear people talking about. It's not really that difficult unless you make it difficult. What it is balancing your superconscious, your subconscious, and your conscious mind. And that means being willing to dive deep into the subconscious. That means being willing to allow the subconscious to show you some things. Your memory banks, that black box that be in the plane that everybody be looking for when the plane goes to the black box, that is your subconscious. Your memory bank is in your subconscious. And we're talking all memories, not just this lifetime. We're talking multiple lifetimes. That's why when any of you, if anyone has done regression therapy, that's what they tap into. They tap into your subconscious mind. They tap into your memory bank, your multi-dimensional memory bank, to access your multiple timelines, your multiple dimensions of existence. It's all in the memories, right? And so this memory, this that's in the subconscious, is you need to tap into it. And so when the full moon comes, right, the subconscious also represents the feminine energy, memory, intuition, understanding, all of that feminine energy. And so this feminine energy, which is the full moon representing the feminine energy, allows us to tap into the unknown, tap into the subconscious, unconscious mind, unlock the codes that we need, as long as you allow it. As long as you allow it, it's what you allow to open up for you. And so I utilize, this is why I work with the chakras, because I utilize that. Well, I've always worked with the chakras, but why I do it with the full moon, because if the chakras are doorways to your soul, and this full moon comes around with this cosmic spotlight lighting up what you need to see, then you get in alignment with your energy centers. You grab each energy center and say, all right, let me look at this. Let me go through this doorway. Let me go through that doorway. The root chakra is the most physical, the lowest, because it's the most physical. And so you go through there first. Let me go through the root. Let me see what's there. What are the fears that we need? What's blocking me? And then we go up through the sacral, the emotional body, the energies, emotions. What's in this doorway? You know, what is in the doorway of the sacral? What is this about? Ashe, let me fix this. Oh, almost made you fall, YouTube. And then we go through the solar plexus. What is this about? The identity body, the mental body, and then into the heart, which is the spiritual, or what I call the energy body, the energetic body is also the spiritual body. So we have these, that, and this is the highest. It's the bridge between the lower and the upper chakras. But we go through each one. Tomorrow we'll be on our heart, and then the next 3 days we go into the upper chakras, and we'll be working on the throat, the third eye, the crown, bringing it into the higher chakras, which are more spiritual, as we come out of the bridge, out of the physical, and more into the spiritual, more into the esoteric aspect of ourselves, more into the invisible essence of ourselves, which we usually don't tap into until we understand the physical, right? It's like Yeshua said, how can you love the Father which is in heaven if you can't love your brother whom you can see right here on earth? And so a lot of times we have to go through the physical of what we can see, respecting the physical, to respecting the spiritual within the physical, in order to truly respect the spiritual, right? And we can't just be up in the spiritual realm either. For my spiritual people, a lot of we can't ignore and neglect the physical, because there's a reason why we're here in the physical. And in order to really truly get the essence out of that reason, we have to truly respect the physical. I know I'm speaking as a person who's been more, and I'm always was more in the upper chakras. I was always very attuned to my third eye. And I couldn't stand being in the physical body. Even as a child, I could not stand it. I used to always be like, God, come on, when you coming for me? Like, I'm ready to be up out of here. I don't do these humans. These adults, they getting on my nerves. Like, as a child, adults were very stupid to me. And I'm just being honest. I don't know if this is for everybody, but you know, some of you who may have been very in tune, those of you who are seasoned souls, is what I would say. Those of you who know you done been here before a couple times, the seasoned soul people, when we come here, we are like, get me the hell out of here. We start looking around like, what is wrong with these people? The humans are humaning, and I'm not with this. It feels so slow. It feels so, it's like watching paint dry. Right? Like as a child, for me, it was like watching paint dry. Hi, Nicole. Nicole Ray is here. Peace, love, and light. I think I messaged you. Check your email. I believe I sent you a message. Yeah, so for those of us who are like seasoned souls, it's like, man, get me the hell up out of here ASAP. right? And but what we have to learn is to appreciate the physical, because it's a reason that we chose here. We're not going to be able to get what we need to get done if we don't appreciate the physical body, because it's the vehicle that we chose to travel through. So in order to get the fullness of our mission, we have to accept the physical body. So as spiritual as you want to be, as you may be, it has to be a balance, a harmony between the two, the physical and the spiritual, the masculine, the feminine, the creative, the receptive activity. That is the modality of the flow of energy of how we come and go. There is no other way. There has to be a harmony of duality. And the more we understand this harmony, the more we see the flow of this existence coming and going. Ashe. Welcome in, peace, love, and light. Those who are coming in, tap in. I am Celestial Earth, the energy alchemist. I alchemize energy, a Reiki master as well. Although I don't really claim that as much. It's part of the MO. More likely an energy alchemist in these times, and a 5D pioneer that is helping those who have entered. And I just saw 5. As I saw that, I just saw 5. So I know I got some 5D people up in here. Let me get a shout from those of you who are in here who are 5D. Drop a 5D in the chat. If you on this 5D mission, if you feel that you've entered the 5th dimension, or you're waking up to it, or you're becoming aware of it, drop a 5D in the chat. Let me see how many of us here are 5D. What? There we go, Hill. 5D, 5D. We're my 5D. The love frequency. Those of us who are ready to tap into that next timeline. That's the true earth, new earth that we are going to, the 5th dimension. This is where earth is. Whether people like it or not. Convoluted universe. Birth of the new earth. This is the rebirth of the new earth. And we are just gone deeper into the 5th dimension. Particularly with Third Eye Atlas that just came through and amplified this whole damn light grid activation. Like when I say it accelerated, it took us to the next level for those who are willing to see it. I'm so, I want to say happy. I'm elated. I'm so happy that I was able to bear witness to Third Eye Atlas existence, to being able to recognize this cosmic consciousness, this cosmic messenger that was coming all the way from the galactic center to update and upgrade our entire solar system. We just bared witness, y'all. We just witnessed an up-leveling like no other with Third Eye Atlas coming at the particular calculated time of our North Node, South Node being in Virgo into Pisces, to helping us enter into the Aquarian age that is ushering us into the 5th dimension. I'm going to always say it that way. There is no other way to put it. It's very orchestrated. It's divinely calculated. Because if we can remove the shadows, what it came to do is amplify us removing the shadows from South Node in Virgo. Removing false matrix, false service to one another. Because we can't truly enter the Aquarian age successfully with false service. As the Aquarian age is about humanitarianism. It is about the entering not just humanitarianism, but service, right? Service, true humanitarianism is going to be built on true service to one another. Service for service is Dharma, right? We're being able to return to Dharma. We're coming from the false matrix of money, realizing that money is an illusion. And if we're not exchanging money, then what are we exchanging? Let me see who knows the answer to that question. If we're not exchanging money, what are we exchanging? Drop that in the chat. Let me see who knows that. If we are not exchanging money, then what are we exchanging? Talk to me now. Talk to me now. Listen to me now. I'm moving this puzzle out the way so I can get back to you all. Energy, yes, there we go. I just saw it. Thank you, 333. Energy. Energy is the true currency. And in this energy, we're exchanging service. If it's not going to be physical money, physically, we are exchanging our service, one service to another. And this is what the light colonies are going to be building. Those in the fifth dimension right now, as we have just passed through the energetic seal of Third Eye Atlas that has been sealing us in, for those who have allowed themselves to be sealed, right? The lighthouse colonies are coming on. You probably are seeing more collaborations. Most of you who have successfully passed through and got the spiritual maturation and the upgrade of Third Eye Atlas, you are now being elevated into the true collaborations in time, right? Don't worry about the things that fell away. For a lot of us, we saw a lot of leaves falling off of the tree. We saw a lot of people falling away. Some very hurtful, some we were okay with. Some were very hurtful and we were still okay with it, depending on how well you did your soul work. So, fret not thyself, as Psalms 37 says, right? Fret not thyself, because you've lost some people, some places, some things, so that you can have true collaboration. The universe was making room for you. The you in the universe was making room for you. They had to go. It had to go. So now the true light energy can flow. The true currency can flow. And so now you're going to be put with your true collaborations, your true, I want to say soul mates, soul partners, right? You're going to see, oh, infinity, hi, peace, love, and light, welcome in. You're going to see your true, thank you for my roses, thank you for my hearts already. That's what I'm talking about. Heart meat, grab your heart meat. Thank you, infinity. I'm great. All right, we talking about, you know, the moving into the fifth dimension and what it's going to take and what's been happening, right? And particularly in families, because, and this is what brings me back to the understanding the parasitic entanglement in the bloodlines. This is what has been breaking away from us. A lot of us had to see what your family is not, so that you can break away from the attachment to family, right? For those of us who have been living by the words blood thicker than water, things have happened right now where you have learned that I rather purified water than tainted blood. That's my new logo. That's my new phrase that I've been saying recently, lately, since the last month, since Third Eye Atlas. Like when I say I got hit with some stuff, y'all, like you're not the only one. Like you are not the only one. We all in this. I'm giving you the information. A lot of it is coming through experience, not just what I know. Although I have clear cognizance and I do get a lot of information through my clear cognizance, my clear sentience. But a lot of this is also through experience, because who feels it knows it. And I have allowed myself to feel it. I don't just get taken down. I don't just wallow in the pity mud under my feelings. I allow myself to feel the hurt, because I know there's some information in these feelings. And oh, have I gotten my feelings hurt. Family, things had to happen recently so that we know I rather have purified water. What am I saying when I say that statement? I rather have purified water than tainted blood. And it's not to belittle the blood. It's not to belittle the family either. But let's be real. They're a bit toxic. They're a bit tainted. Right? They're still carrying the generational curses that you have worked so hard to break. And they want to keep you in it. They get mad when you try to break out of it. How dare you find your soul's purpose and leave us out? How dare you shine the light that lets us see our darkness even more? They're not trying to see that. So when you break generational curses or karmic loops in the bloodline, you become an adjutant. You become an adjutant to that family. And this is not to belittle them, but this is to understand, overstand, and understand that we are here to be a part of the purified waters. The purified water are our soul tribe, our like-minded people, our star seed family that came here with us, but yet we were born into different families because our different souls needed a different type of experience to sharpen ourselves and have us ready for such a time as this. So now it's time to find your star seed family. This is what that time is right now. For some of you, this may be it. I don't know. I don't hold nobody hostage, but I'm making sure that I make the call. I send the information. I let the star seed chosen ones know that this is it. If you're looking for a home, some people have come through here and was like, I feel like I'm right at home right here. Then this is it. That's not just a coincidence. That's not just a feeling. That's a remembering. Your starseed self is remembering what we have in alignment. Some of us have an alignment before we came here. And we're able to find each other right now. Let me see what Chosen was saying. I might have to get my glasses on. I'm in the stage of trying to fight to keep going with my crystal shop. Oh, you got a crystal shop? Keep it going, Infinity. Yes, you do. I did see that you have crystals. Keep it going because we need them crystals. We need the elementals. The crystals are the elements. Keep it going. Please do. Y'all follow Infinity and check out the crystal shop. I need to check it out some more too. I saw it. I saw glimpses of it. I haven't had the time to really go through it like that. I really need to check out your crystal shop. Why do you feel like you're fighting to keep it going, if you don't mind me asking, Infinity? Like, what is the fight that you think you're having? I don't want to say think, but what is the fight that you feel like you having with the crystal shop? Is it with family? Is it other people? Sometimes the blood is not healthy for you. That's right, because that's that tainted blood. That's that tainted blood. It's been months, no sales. Oh, we got to get some sales up in there. Y'all check out Infinity Crystals, especially if you're looking for some crystals. Check out Infinity Crystals. I need some. So I need to check it out and see. I need a, what's the black one? I need another tourmaline. I need another tourmaline. So I need to check you out and see. And I'm also looking for a specific crystal called azurite. So if you have an azurite, let me know, because I'm looking for that one. That's for the heart and the, it looks like earth, right? And that's for the heart and the throat chakra. So yes, see, Chosen said, I will. Thank you. See, this is what we here for. This is why we got to build our communities together, be a part of helping each other. Each one reach one, teach one. So for those of you, if you're on YouTube, go to, those of you on YouTube, check out Infinity on TikTok. And she has crystals. It's Infinity with a little butterfly. I see a little butterfly beside it, little blue butterfly. So look up Infinity and check her out. Support her crystal shop. We got to start supporting each other. Support her crystal shop. Support the calendars. Come through and check out your 5D calendars. I got to plug that back in too, because this 5D calendar is really going to help y'all get off the timeline. I'm not just saying this to sell calendars. This is the third calendar that we've done since these calendars, this 5D calendars has been coming. As I've been getting the downloads about it, and we were finally able to manifest it and have it physically printed. So I really suggest, if you are working on getting out of this false matrix, getting on a true timeline. I'm not saying this is the ultimate calendar and the only way. No way is the only way when we got all these multiple highways, spiritual highways to the divine. So this is not the only way, but is it a way? Yes. and it is a easy to read way. It makes it very easy to use both calendars, because I do have the 3D calendar dates there as well in the 5D calendar. So you're able to still follow along. You're still able to integrate with people on the 3D calendar. And if they give you a date, you say, okay, boom, where is that on my 5D calendar? Right here. Right? On the next video, maybe I need to remember to bring it so I can open it up and show you all so you can see. Right? Ashe. And the chakras. That's right, Infinity. And the chakras. Work with the chakras. I work with all energy bodies. That's why I say I'm an energy alchemist. I work with the celestial bodies. I help you to read your natal chart. Help you to read your natal chart. I don't just tell you your natal. I help you to read it so that you can understand it for yourself, so that every time you have a solar return, aka birthday, you know how to read your chart. You know what you need to do for that solar return, because there's something that aligns with you. And every time you hear where the planets are cosmically, it means something for you in your personal chart. When you learn to read your natal chart, you understand your specific assignment. You understand what is specifically going on with you while this is happening in transit. Right? So while we just had what? Saturn sextile Pluto, you understand what that means particularly for you if you know where is your natal Saturn, where is your natal Pluto, what is being activated. Right? The nodes right now, a lot of you need to check your north node, south node. The south node is where you're coming from. The north node is where you're going. What your purpose here is to help you find your destined purpose. And the south node is where you're coming from. And if you have a north node, south node in Pisces and Virgo, either one, then this particular nodal axis is working very tightly with you. Some of you, if you have your south node in Virgo, oh, a lot of things were happening to you, particularly with this last full moon in Virgo. You was getting flipped, like it was like Virgo's last opportunity to say, here, I got to show you this, because it's the last eclipse before the nodes change. And I need you to get this. You need you to get this. So some things may have happened that made you see that that's it. Your job that you've been working on, you just can't do it no more. The relationship that you was in, because it is not true service. So your south node has been working tightly with you if you have a south node in Virgo. Ashe. Ashe, Ashe. Thank you for sharing the live. So, and the hearts and the vibe. This is why I like live vibing. Right? Can you send the website or Instagram? The website or Instagram. Hi, Laura. Welcome in. Welcome in. The website for, well, I don't have the website. Thanks for reminding me. I need to get busy on putting up a website. All this AI, I need to use AI to its advantage, right? I'm not for the ridiculous AI stuff, but I need to use that AI to pull up to create a website. But you can find me, you can email me. You can always find me here, TikTok, YouTube, but email me on akilatextry@gmail.com. That's AKILAHTEXTRI@gmail.com. And if someone got that and can write it in the chat so others can see it, please and thank you. I usually need help. Usually someone, if they can, they write it and they put it in the chat so anyone else who sees it can get it. AKILAHTEXTRI@gmail.com. So email me if you want a natal chart reading. Email me if you want one of the calendars, if you want the retreat, if you just want a one-on-one spiritual session to help you understand the frequencies and just what you're going right now. Sometimes I give a card reading. Sometimes I do a card reading with the natal reading. If you do a one-on-one with me and you would like a card reading, I could do a card reading with you. My oracle deck is not a tarot deck, it's an oracle deck. But I can do that with you as well. So either one of those, you can email me and let me know. The retreat, we running out of space. So if you want the retreat First come, first serve. We got like maybe 2 spaces left for the retreat. This is the Ancestral Passage Retreat that's going to really help us tap in to the bloodline, to getting those codes, those dormant codes that have been dormant in the bloodline. Ashe? So with that said, any questions, and feel free to ask any questions, any comments you all have to share. I like it when we share what we got here. Hear ye, hear ye. Laura, did I answer the question? I mean, did I answer that? I know I don't have a website, and I barely have an Instagram. I do have one, but I hardly go on there. I almost forget that I even have it. So what I'm mainly on right now is TikTok and YouTube. So you can always find me here. You can message me here if you didn't get the email. Okay, you did get it. Okay, good, good. So as we're speaking about these parasitic entanglements, someone had asked me to go a little bit deeper into it. So I wanted to share some of that with you. What are the parasitic entanglements? All of this is intrinsic, by the way. Nothing that I'm saying is separate. This is all part of the convoluted universe. It's all very interconnected. These energies, these frequencies, these multiple dimensions. It's very interconnected. So moving into the understanding the parasitic energies, because as I was speaking about it, someone was asking even more about, let's say, the invisible aspect of the parasitic energy. What am I talking about when I say parasitic energy? And before I go too deep, let me know what you know about it. Welcome in, join in, share your hearts, grab a heart meet, however that looks for you. Let me know what you all know. When I say parasitic entanglement in the bloodline, like, what does that mean to you? If anyone has an answer, you don't got to, but just kind of throwing it out there. Drop it in the chat if you know what this is. Do we understand what these parasites are? Because I do hear people talking about parasites. A lot of times we think it's just physical parasites, right? We think it's just parasites in the body, which is true. But I want to say this: everything that happens in the body, everything that is pressed in the body comes from the mind. Everything that is pressed into the physical realm and manifested comes through the spiritual. It's always spirit first. And if we remember these spiritual laws and spiritual principalities, we will not forget it. We will not get confused and lost in the sauce. Everything is spirit first and foremost. So with that said, I want us to think about, because a lot of times we think about what's going on in the body and we just stop right there, and we forget that there's an energetic stream happening. We forget. See, remember, forgetfulness is the #1 cause of sin. And when we forget, we're not in the remembering. So we forget sometimes that this is coming from spirit. This is coming from the invisible essence. This is coming from the mind. And I don't mean the organ, the brain. I'm talking about the soul, the mind, the entire mind. And what is happening in this soul, which is consciousness, is there is a parasitic entanglement that grabs the mind first. Believe me, it's seeking us as soon as we come through the womb. As soon as we are born, as we are in the womb, we're already under attack, so to speak, because these parasitic energies, which are the opposition energies that lay in this realm, they have no real power. They have no true power, lest they attach themselves to a host. That is us. That is humanity. Humanity is the host for the parasites to do the most. So it is us that opens the pathways to these parasites, if you will. This is what I'm going to call them, these parasites, the demonic database, the opposition energy. Some may call it Satan, some may call it the devil, some may call it Lucifer. All of these words that we want to give it, which is also debatable, right? Because some people know that Lucifer also means light, right? It's also light, I'm not going to go too deep into that, right? What I want to look at is whatever we call that opposition energy is a parasite. It is parasites that live in our realm. that wreak havoc in our realm. And it's also a part of the demiurge, or a part of this particular simulation, right? Which is the demiurge, which is the evil, so to speak, the opposition that is there. And that is a part of the duality that we've come into in this realm, so that we can harmonize the duality. There has to be a difference of duality. There has to be a contrast of duality, so that when we come in, we are harmonizing. I'm asking us to look at this from the view of the overself. We definitely can't look at this from greetings, welcome in. I think it says glorify. I see a G. Grab a heart meet or tap some hearts, whatever it is that you can do to help the algorithms get to those who need to hear this. All right, so there is this realm, this realm that we're in, and we need to look at this not from the lower view, but from the over self, right? And this is to understand, overstand, and understand that although there is this opposition, it is part of the way this realm is structured in its simulation. However, as we're moving to the fifth dimension, we no longer need that duality in that way anymore, because of how humanity has evolved. And this is the part that doesn't want to leave, like those parasites that want to cling to society, that want to cling to the shadows in your soul, that want to cling to the shadows in your bloodline, right? Desperate energies doing desperate things to keep the demiurge going, because that's all they know. We have non-participating characters, NPCs, that are a part of this demiurge, and it's a reality for them. It is the truth for them, and they fear annihilation, right? And so all of this is inclusive of this parasitic energy that exists in this realm, that only knows how to attach itself to humanity in some way, shape, or form. And the only way that it can attach is through our wounds. Every time you in your feelings about something, every time you get your feelings hurt, you have opened a wound. And whatever wound, when you open a wound, you allow the parasite to consume. You allow the parasite to attach itself. You allow there to be a demonic entity, so to speak. Really, the demon is your unhealed wound, but the parasite can attach itself to that. Ashe? And so these parasites, this is the invisible essence. So I'm saying this so we understand the parasites on different levels. Nothing can express itself in your body unless it has been expressed through the mind. Nothing can express itself physically unless it has been expressed through the spiritual, energetic route, through the invisible essence. So it's what we allow. Ashe. Thank you for sharing this information, and you are so right. Appreciate it. Thank you. I'm glad you are here to receive it. Thank you. Send some hearts. Keep tapping that screen so that other people who need to hear this can find it, so they can drop right in, right on time. What's meant to be heard is meant, right? Whoever gets it, gets it. So this parasite, it comes in, it's already here. When we come in, it's almost like it's waiting. Like a lot of us don't recognize this. You know how they say the devil knows the Bible? It knows you. You are the Bible. You are the book of life. You are the book of the information. So this demonic database that's already existing, this is a field of information, right? It knows you when you come. It knows what you're coming here to do, and it does everything in its power to delay or to stop or to turn you around in your mission that you're here for. Chosen ones, star seeds, light bodies, light warriors. It is here to deter you. It's that ugly little demon that's here to deter you, and it moves through the parasites that are already in your bloodline. So what am I saying? Before you even come into this realm, the parasites are already attached to your bloodline. And we as spiritual beings that choose this soul experience, we know this. We're aware of this. This is why we chose a particular bloodline to come through. We chose a particular challenge. Right? But once we come through the womb, we go through that veil of amnesia. right? And we know we have to go through that veil of amnesia, and we're doing everything in our power in spirit. We put everything there to make sure that we we pick up the clues. But a lot of times we get thrown off by our forgetfulness. We get thrown off by the world keeping you distracted. This is why we need more spiritual teachers that are teaching the children. We need more that are giving them a space to understand their spiritual, divinity. So you can always be in the remembering and less of the forgetting, right? So the parasite is there existing. Now here you come. And remember, you come with all your information. We come fully loaded. Remember that black box in our subconscious. We come with the memories of our past lives. We come ready to attach to the ancient codes in our bloodline that are deep in our bloodline. But we have to get through the muck. We have to get through the other stuff that are like recently there in our recent ancestry, right? And so these fears, we have fears that are in our karmic imprint. Now remember what we spoke about earlier. We have fears that are in our karmic imprint from before, our karmic traumas from past lives, things that we have not dealt with that we have the opportunity to deal with now. That's in our cosmic bloodline, our cosmic blueprint, so to speak, which our entire spiritual blueprint is in our blood. Cosmically speaking, past life speaking, dimensionally speaking, and into this particular lifetime. All that is encoded in your DNA, your spiritual blueprint, your God encryption, right? Your deoxyribonucleic acid, God, Lord, fire in the center of my being. That's your God encryption. And so all of this being encoded in that needs to be activated. Some of it is readily there for you. Some of it is very, very dormant. And it takes particular instances, situations, experiences that you traverse and transcend that activates these particular particles in your DNA. And so, y'all tell me if I'm going too deep. Y'all let me know if I'm going too deep. Because I was thinking when I was asked why didn't I mention it before, I was like, I didn't want to throw it on them too thick. I didn't want to go, too deep with what we were saying. But since it was asked, that's why I'm sharing, right? Thank you for liking the hearts and sharing it. Thank you. So yes, purpose. It is the purpose. And that's why the purpose is to be a part of the remembering. Every active remembering activates these codes in your blood and brings forth what you need in your bloodline. However, let's bring it back to the parasites. The parasites are there to hinder, to stop, to block, right? These are the cock blockers, so to speak. These are energetic cock blockers. That's just the best way I could put it. But the parasites that are there are existing in the bloodline, and it's like waiting to attack you through particular people. Like, yeah, bear with me on this one, right? Because this has been part of the shattering that I had to particularly face in the recent revelations with blood. These are people that we look at, that we once looked at and said they loved us, they took care of us. These are caretakers. But we don't realize that there's some hidden junk in the unhealed wounds of the caretakers. And while they're doing their best, to their understanding, to their knowledge, to take care of you, they are also sabotaging, right? That parasite that is in that bloodline is also helping to sabotage, to keep you away from activating those dormant gifts, particularly those ancient gifts in your bloodline from your ancient ancestry. And it knows that power that you come with. And so it throws you off a little bit by keeping you attached in a certain way, keeping you distracted with the love bombing. I'm going to call it love bombing. There's a type of love bombing that's given to you in your formative years, right? In your, let's say your first 7 years. I call it the root chakra. cycle, the formative years, right? And there's a certain type of love bombing that we're so in love with our family, and we just always see as family, and we think that they're for our best interest. And physically, at a surface level, yes. Energetically, you are under attack. Energetically, according to the degree of their parasite, according to how that family has bonded with the parasite, according to the degree that they hold on to the energetic patterns. I call it the energetic cult. It's like a cult in your bloodline. And there are certain family members, according to their wounds, that are protectors of this energetic cult. They are protectors of these wounds, gatekeepers. And so it looks like love at first, until the more and more you grow and know, and the more you break out of these generational curses, the more you break out of these karmic loops, you begin to see the truth of these family members. This favorite aunt is no longer your favorite aunt. Now you see the demonic activity of this favorite aunt or uncle. And you see that they were really preying on you demonically, but unconsciously, right? This is why we got to also depersonalize. Look out for the Detox to Detach program that I'm going to be doing. That has helped a lot of people with what I'm explaining to you right now. We have to detach. We have to depersonalize. They consciously are not doing this to you, but energetically and by default, they are sabotaging your light glow up. They are sabotaging you accessing your ancient gifts in your bloodline. Right? So, right? She's like, girl, I'm telling you, it's that deep. That's why I said they were asking me to go deep. Why didn't I talk about this part? So I'm sharing it with y'all now. I guess it was meant for you. You came here right on time and just in time. So this is what is happening. Believe it or not, y'all. I had to face this and look at the person who raised me. As a child, you look at them and you're like, oh, I'm so in love with them. They love me. I love them. They take good care of me. As you get older, certain things happen where you're like, wait a minute. Why did you betray me? Think of that family member where you were really betrayed and hurt by, right? And then there's no accountability. They are acting out their part. They are a part of the demiurge. They are doing their part. Don't take it personal, but understand, overstand, and understand that they are not with you, right? They are what I call snatched souls. They have been snatched, right? Some of these family members may have been generational curse breakers who have forfeit their mission because they've been so inundated with certain distractions and certain things and maybe certain traumas that have happened to them that they did not overcome and did not know how to. So they fell under the demise of the energetic cult and then became gatekeepers themselves. I'm speaking truth right here, right? I'm speaking to you from a truth experience where I had to recognize this in my very own parent. I come from a parent who was supposed to be the generational curse breaker, but they forfeit it because whatever trauma that bestowed upon them, they did not come out of it. And then what they did was they clung to another family member who was on the slopes, who was declining, who was already very demonically inclined because of not facing their unhealed wounds and refusing to face it over and over and over again. They don't realize how they sink themselves deeper and deeper by simply not facing their unhealed wound. They can free themselves if they move away from lack of vulnerability, lack of humility, lack of accountability, lack of responsibility. It's really easier said than done, but they have so much shame and guilt and fear, which are number one blocks of the lower chakras. The number one block of the root is fear. The number one block of the sacral is guilt. And the number one block of the solar plexus is shame in the identity body. Not knowing who you really are in your spiritual identity brings shame. And the parasitic energy knows this. All you have to do, it all starts with fear in the root. All it has to do is have a spark of fear. And once you have a spark of fear, it's like a domino effect. It affects the sacral. Now you're going to be guilty because you're in fear of something. So now you're guilty about living in your true emotions, your emotional body, which comes to bring you instructions. But you can't get the instructions because you're guilty about feelings. You don't allow yourself to feel. The number one block of the sacral. You won't allow yourself to be vulnerable for fear of vulnerability, not understanding that it's true vulnerability that allows for true humility. And then you can humbleize your ego. Ashe? Let me see what you all been saying. Wow, thank you so much. I can't thank you enough. You're so welcome. My apologies for breaking your heart. I don't mean to do so. But let your heart be mend. I send you lots of healing, love, and light. I send you lots of healing, love, and light to mend the broken pieces of your heart. Go through those grief stages, because the number one block of the heart chakra is grief, because that's what you're feeling. There's a loss of something. It got broke because it's like, I lost something. I gotta lose something. You're being faced with knowing that I gotta let this go. I gotta lose something. And any type of loss feels like that is actually what grief is. All grief is a type of loss. And a lot of us are feeling that right now as we transit into this next timeline. That old paradigm is feeling like a loss. That the way we had the relationship with our family members, it's a loss. That's it. It's no more. I had to look and say, that's it. It's no more. And it doesn't mean we can't see them, but the way we had a relationship with them is no more. And we know it. It doesn't matter if they know it. We know it. It is no more. We're welcome. We're welcome, sis. Hey, Q42, drop some hearts up in here. Let's get it, keep it going, so those who are looking for what we're going through right now can find it and have some explanation as to what's happening in these families, in these bloodlines, right? Been grieving a long time, lost my youngest son. Oh, I send hearts for that. He was 18, he would be 33 days, so that's 15 years. Ooh, that's about how long I lost my father, about 15, 16 years. So I know, and it's very hurtful when you lose a child. Like, we expect parents to go before us, but never our children. So I know that loss, but I always look at it like, now I look at death differently right now. I do see that it is a transition, and it's can also be beautiful because it's like you get to talk to them anytime you want now. Like I always tell people, when someone is passed, like, anything that's on your heart, they know it. Don't feel like, oh my gosh, I didn't get to tell them this, I didn't get to tell them that. No, they know it. They know your heart. They get to hear your heart beat even louder. I can hear your heart crying out for me. I don't know why, that's just the song that came in my head. But they can hear your heart. They can feel you. And so I would just say, just talk to them. Talk to them. Light a white candle for them. They're also trying to help you. They're rooting for you in the ancestral realm, because you're still helping them. You're still helping them in the bloodline. The more you unlock, the more you remove these blocks, is the more you help those ancestors in the ancestral realm unlock what they never got a chance to unlock. and you're helping them even as they come forward, as they have maybe returned. For those who have returned and reincarnated, you're paying it forward. You're helping them as they come forward. I know that sounds confusing, but it is what it is. You help them not just in the ancestral realm, but in the ancestral realm, it applies to where they have reincarnated. Hey, Dallas, there you go. Was looking for you. You found us. It helps them in wherever they are now, in their new lifetime, in their new bloodline. It helps with the codes in their DNA through the cosmic blueprint, which is in the God encryption in their DNA. So when you help them there, you help them in the next lifetime, because when you clear that up, that's one less thing that they have to deal with directly in their now lifetime, if that makes sense. So continue, the more you continue to do your work, the more you're continuing to help them. Ashe? So with these parasites, I keep seeing the 3 and the 7, creative completion every time. So with these parasites, let me get back into this, because I really was like, we need to see this on multiple levels, and I want us to understand, overstand, and understand. So we got that the parasites are here before you. They're waiting on you in that demonic database, waiting for you to come through the veil of amnesia so they can take advantage, so they can exploit your unsuspecting soul particularly, and utilize, because who are you around? They're going to use your family. Your family is the first line of defense for the demonic energy, or I should say the first line of offense, because that's how they make their moves, through your family. Because when you come through the veil of amnesia as a baby, you're subject to that family that has to take care of you. And you have to work hard to remember, when you don't have a family member, you don't have a guru or a wise family member that's there to say, hey, you know, you've been here before. You know that you need to keep remembering. You know that, like, if you don't have that, they only know how to teach you how to exist in their now lifetime, with all the distractions in this world that has been monopolized by the parasitic energies, right? So these parasitic entanglements are not just in your bloodline, but they're in the societal realms. So when y'all hear them talking about the elites, the powers that were, and things like that, these entities, these parasitic energies, remember, they have to operate humanity. They need a host. So they use specific beings to create all of these devices, these distractions, these policies, these governments to govern your mentals, to have you. They have their tentacles in everything. So there's levels of this parasitic entanglement. Don't think it's just about the bloodline, but it is, because these elites, why do you think they use bloodlines? Why do you think that bloodlines mean so much to them? Because there's a potency when they can keep it in a particular bloodline. When certain bloodlines are overpowered and consumed by the parasitic energy, they can do more work through these particular bloodlines, like the Rothschilds and all those other names that you hear about, the Vanderbilts, or like, I'm just throwing names out there, but y'all know what I mean. When they have those people out there, invite Dallas to join. It says I can invite you to join as a guest, Dallas. Let's see how that works. I don't know. I'm just y'all know me. I'm still learning the tick-a-tock of the cosmic clock around here. I pressed invite, but it didn't go. It says invite you, Dallas. I'm trying to invite you, but I'm pressing the invite, but it's not inviting. The invite is not inviting. I got to figure that out. And then last time I invited somebody accidentally. I don't even know what I pressed, but they were on the screen. So I'll figure it out. I'll get it. So these other big names. I'm trying to remember another name. Somebody throw another name out. We don't gotta mention them. Y'all know what I'm talking about. Those elites. This is why they have to operate through particular bloodlines, and they have to keep certain things within the bloodline, certain type of, and they know who they are. whether indirectly or not. Let me say that to you. These people that end up in the bloodline that they end up marrying, they know who they are. The parasitic energies know who they are and where they are in time and in life. And they know how to align them so that they solidify more of the parasitic entanglement, the more that they can have their tentacles in a particular bloodline or in a particular system and society. So this is different levels of a parasitic entanglement, right? So I'm talking about the ones within the bloodline mainly because a lot of that has been exhumed right now, particularly with third eye Atlas passing Jupiter and Jupiter being in Cancer, which is the home life. So a lot of ancestral things are coming to the surface, which gives us an opportunity to tap into our ancient ancestry. So these things are coming to the surface to help us out. And believe me, the parasites don't like it. It's bringing a lot to the surface, and a lot of us are being made to recognize the ancestral bullshit, so to speak, the toxicity in some of our bloodlines, the tainted blood. We're being made to recognize that. Like the scales are literally coming off of our eyes so we can clearly see, so we can realize with our real eye what's really existing, who they really are. We're not looking at them as titles anymore, like, oh, my favorite uncle, my favorite aunt, oh, my favorite parent, oh, I just love them and they love me. Now we're looking side eyes. Now we're like, that's a bit demonic, right? And it's not to call them a demon, but a spade is a spade, y'all, right? It's to recognize the unhealed wounds. If they don't acknowledge it, know that they are a demon carrier. Okay? According to the unhealed wounds you have a legion of demons with those wounds. It's a demon for every wound. And I'm not talking about goblins and goblins. I'm talking about that demonic, that opposition energy. And that demon, that wound is the link. It's the hook that keeps the parasitic entanglement engaged and keeps you engaged with it. So this is where we are now, and now we're being made to make very, very important decisions. How we're showing up in these families, how we're engaging with these families determines to the degree of how much of the parasitic entanglement we're engaged in. Ooh. And so we have to look at where this exists. If it's in the spiritual realm, it will play out physically, right? Let me see what you're saying there. Yes, Sharon, thank you for sharing your information. I've been molested by a family member and there's no accountability. I was raised in the church. That's how I know what you're saying is the truth, because of my own experience. Ashe, I'm telling you, what I tell you is out of experience. And can I say, see, you said it, not me, you know? I was like, do I say it? And exactly what you said is exactly what I experienced. I had that molestation within the family from an extended family member, like the what do you call it, like married into the family, right? And these are people, the rest of the family, who go to church and they turned a blind eye. There was no accountability. To this day, there is no accountability. And they continue to keep that and hold to it in the way that they want to hold to it. Right? And I completely get what you're saying. And you have to bury that. You have to walk with that. I don't know about you particularly, but I had to heal from this. This was years ago when I was a older teen. And imagine this is a person who you grew up with. You're seeing this quote unquote uncle who, by the way, I never liked him. I saw right through him. I told y'all I had a sharp third eye. I always saw adults as being stupid. And this was a big stupid adult to me. I just saw this overgrown kid, even though he was an adult and I was a kid. And I just never liked him. I could not understand, for the love of God, what the heck did my aunt see in him? I could, it made me see my aunt in a whole different way, because this is, someone I looked up to. So with that, you're looking at it like, what is going on? What is this that I'm in? It's like you're in a twilight zone. And then when you reach of age, here comes this person passing their place with you. And when I speak of it, because it's not even like I held it, like I don't have a problem telling people what has happened to me. When I spoke up, it was backfired on me. It turned back around. And this is what I mean about, demonic entities and parasitic entanglements, because this is a person with his own wounds that attached itself to our family. That happens too. Y'all be mindful of the people that marry into your family, because they have their own wounds, and when they attach themselves to your family and all of a sudden the whole family just puts up with them, it's either the whole family is in love with them, they've bought into your family, and they've attached to a particular wound in your family. That parasite knows the parasitic entanglement in your family. All of this is happening at an energetic level. I see this so much clearly now. And they attach themselves via their wounds, and the family either likes them a lot, or for some reason the family just keeps putting up with this person. And this particular person had to stay in my family, because the aunt never wanted to get rid of him. It's because of, her clinging to him and keeping him, and kind of making it impossible for anyone else to not, because it's one of those things where they say, if you don't take my partner, then I won't be here, or you can't see me. And I don't like when families do that. For me, if you're going to give me an ultimatum, and I know that this person is not good for the family, then you can stay out there. You can stay out there with that person, but you're not going to bring them in to taint the family. No, I'm not going to put up with it. But this is what happened, Let me see. My process has been a long process. I lost my mom when I was 5 and my dad when I was 9. Ooh, that's a lot of loss. Is your Venus, like, why I feel like your Venus is in Scorpio? I don't know if you know your natal chart, but it feels like your Venus is in Scorpio. When it's with a lot of losses like that, oh wow. And as I said, they're all rooting for you. Like, you have these ancestors around you, and what you do is helping free them as well. So I know, and you've had to do it alone then. Being molested, you have to do that alone. And sometimes I don't know what's worse, not having the family members there, or having family members there that are not there. Right? And which was in my case, it's like all of the family members are here, but none of them were there. Like, you have to go through this alone. No one could come in and support and step up and say, this is wrong. And this is for years and years, to the point where their children came up and have no clue what has happened. And their children are like these know-it-alls. Like, y'all know these know-it-all type of people sometimes? Yeah. This particular family member that this happened with, their children are like the know-it-alls. And it's like they know it all, but they know nothing. That you don't even know the capabilities of your ridiculous father, but yet y'all have the answers for everything. And this is the dysfunction, and they live in the wounds of their family, of their father and their mother. They live in those wounds, right? And this is a family they will never have accountability, and the parasites live in that. I say all that to say this: the parasites will live in those particular family members that like to keep the secrets, that are ignorant to the secrets, because ignorance is no excuse. And secrets, demons, they love secrets. The parasites, a perfect home for them is secret. This is why we have to stop keeping secrets. Let it out. Tell your children what has happened to you. Mothers, if you have been raped or molested, tell your children. These are not secrets that you want to keep. Believe me. Right? If fathers, if you have been a part of any of this as well, because men get molested too. If it has happened to you, tell your children. If you have been the offender, exonerate yourself, repent, rethink, and then expose yourself, because secrets do not keep it. The demon, the parasite will live in your secret. Even if you say, well, I gave it to God and I did this and I did that. But did you expose it to someone? Someone needs to bear witness to this truth in order to truly put the light on it, in order to truly bring it out of the shadows of dark. Because as long as it's in secret, I don't care how much you prayed about it, gave it to God, this, that. If it is in secret, you kept it in a nice, damp, moist, wet place for the mold to grow and infest, for the parasite to live in and continue to do its work through your secrets, because it's an energy. It's invisible. And if you keep the secret, it doesn't disappear. It doesn't go away. You amplify the parasite to keep it so it can stay and live in you and your children along the way. 4 generations down. Yes, it is you are as sick as your secret. And so that brings me to the parasites that come up in the body. As I said before, anything that comes in the body comes from the invisible, from the spirit. So if you have a parasite in the energetic realm, in your information field, attached to your soul, in your consciousness, eventually it's going to show up in your body physically. And so the body, whatever becomes chronic in the mind, shows up in the body in time. At some point in time, it's going to show up. So when you have these parasites living, you see when people say, oh, this has been passed down through the family, oh, diabetes, this and that. It's not the actual disease, the physical disease, although that's how it shows up. It is a parasite. It is an energetic parasite, an energetic entanglement that is in your bloodline. And of course, it's going to pass down and pass down and pass down, because this is how it shows up in the body. So whatever that issue is, if it shows up in your grandma and your great grandma as diabetes, then it's going to show up in your mom or in the next generation as diabetes. It's not the actual diabetes. It is what in the energy has caused the diabetes or the high blood pressure or the cancer, which is an overactive cell. Like all cancer is an overactive cell, like overactively multiplying rapidly. Boop, 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 boop. So it's overcompensating energetically. What cancer is energetically is it's overcompensating for your lack in your consciousness. It's overcompensating for somewhere that you are depriving yourself in a particular energy center, in a particular part of your consciousness, which is going to show up in a particular energy center. I can tell what's going on with if a person has cancer in a particular place, I can tell you what energy center is out of alignment. Right? If they get cancer in the reproductive area, their sacral chakra is heavily out of alignment. If they get cancer in the stomach or that intestinal type of area, your digestive system, your solar plexus is heavy out of alignment. So depending on where it shows up, these are things that, and it all comes from some type of parasite. Believe me, it's a parasite in the energy first, and then it becomes a parasite in your mind, and then into your body. From the field of information, into the mind, into the body. right? From your Merkaba light, your light spirit body. It's going to press out in the body. So there's no escaping it. So any parasite you get, why am I saying this? Because some people get parasites and they go holistically get it taken care of. And that's good. That's fine. Do your holistic healing, but also do your conscious healing. Go a little bit deeper is what I'm saying. Go to the root, because the only way you're going to attack it at an energetic, spiritual level is to get into the consciousness. The body is just one level. You can go into the body, you can take all type of holistic medicine, you can clear, you can detox the body, but you have to detox the soul. You have to detox the consciousness. And that is done through your 7 energy centers, your doorways, your 7 seals. You have to open your 7 seals. Look at that. And the light just got, I ain't even touched nothing. Y'all see that? Look at the light. I can't make that ish up. You have to go into your 7 seals. Right? Says where to start. I'll always start with the root. Always start with, when I do chakra work, working with your 7 seals, your energy centers, you always want to start with the root, because we're in this physical body. So we got to start with the most physical energy center, which is the root chakra, and work our way up. Your root is the foundation. A lot of things are done in the root, and when you build up, when you fortify your root, then you can start working on the other energy centers coming up. And the main 4 that you want to work on is the root, the sacral, the solar, and the heart, because those are the energy centers that are for the body, literally for your lower chakras, which is everything in the physical realm, in the physical body. We really should be working on those now first, right? And then we can move into our upper chakras. But I would always start there. Start with your root. Start with asking questions in your soul. Like, just get up and sit in the sun and ask your higher self a particular question. What is your soul's purpose? What is it that I'm here to do? And then just take a deep breath. Put your hand on your heart and take a deep breath and listen. Just be still and be quiet for about a minute, 1 to 3 minutes. Just sit in the silence. Even if you want to sit more, if you want to go 5 minutes, but sit in that silence and just listen. Be still in your thoughts. Don't try to think up an answer. Just be still and allow spirit to bring that answer to you. Believe me, you'll get an answer if you really, really mean it. And you may have to practice it a few times if you're not used to doing it. But that's a place you can start. You can start with grounding, walking barefoot on the earth, sitting by a tree, because the information is all around us in the information field. Allow yourself to be very vulnerable and connected to the Medun Neder, to the divine nature. Also, a place you can start is know your natal chart. Please get to know your natal chart. If you want some guidance in your cosmic understanding, the cosmos in you, and knowing how you show up on the cosmic map in time, your natal chart is that divine design. So you want to know your natal chart. I'm available for natal chart readings. As I said, if anyone wants to do a natal chart reading, feel free to book a one-on-one with me, and we can do a natal chart reading. I also help guide people, because of being an energy alchemist. I help guide you into your subconscious mind, tapping in, unlocking those codes by going through those energy centers and understanding it. Ashe. How do you find out and where do you look for that? Oh, how do you find that out and where do you look out for that? You can check time passages. That's one of the apps I use. There's many things you can look. Some people go to Astro Cafe, I believe, online. But I pull up this app on my phone. It's called Time Passages. Everyone who I introduce to it, they love it. It explains it very clearly to you. You pull up time passages, put in your information, your birthday, all of that. Go to the me, press the me, press your birth chart. When you press your birth chart, press planets, and it's going to show you it's going to show you your entire natal chart, your sun, your moon, north node, south node, where everything was, all of your placements at the time of your birth. Right? So look at that, and you can click on it. When you see it, touch it, and it's going to show you. You can read. It's going to explain to you each one and what each one means to you, so you can understand more. Right? I'm curious. Please do go look at it. I'm curious to see if you have a Venus in Scorpio, because when you explained all of those losses, like Venus is about relationships. Venus is the planet of like relationships and finances and things like that. With your Venus in Scorpio, Scorpio is a house of like death to rebirth. That's why Pluto rules Scorpio, death to rebirth, transformation. So Scorpio is that house where a lot of things will like come and go. So it's like with your Venus in Scorpio, for those who have a Venus in Scorpio, which I am, that's how I know. That's one of the first things I understood. It was like, oh, okay. That's why I've had a lot of losses, like a lot of death. Definitely. I've been around, I've lost a lot of people. And even if they haven't transitioned, I have a lot of relationship loss. A lot of losses in relationships, but it is part of your journey. It is part of what is here to sharpen you, so that you are not, for whatever your journey is, it's not to be attached to relationships. There's a reason why everybody has to go. We have to understand the flow of relationships, how they come and go, and to not be attached for a particular reason, for your particular mission, if that makes sense. I had 2 tumors on both sides of my frontal brain hemispheres. Frontal brain hemispheres. Brain is the third eye and the crown. Frontal brain is going to be somewhere here, so I'm seeing where it has to do with your third eye. Tumors are usually like blockages. So there's blockages in your third eye. There's something that calcifies, and you're saying both hemispheres, so the left and the right, the masculine and the feminine, are having some blockages. So as we talked about earlier, the masculine feminine energy is the flow of energy. The modality of energy is the harmony of duality. So those blockages are blocking in an integration, a harmony of duality that needs to be an integration in this particular area, in your third eye. The third eye is about removal of illusions. Like, you're being challenged with certain illusions, and those blocks are highlighting that for you. You're going through that because these illusions, these blocks, are these illusions that have calcified in the third eye area, so to speak. So that energy center, that part of your consciousness, needs clearing, or needed. I don't know how far, if you've gotten through it already, but it needed that clearing, why it had that blockage and that tumor there in that area. And it's and you're saying frontal, right? So I'm trying to remember what the frontal part has to do. I remember doing the cerebral and all of that, and I know the frontal cortex has to do with a certain type of thinking. I'm trying to remember, but whatever that is, that certain type of thinking, that's the block. And so the third eye needed to be decalcified in that particular area, if that makes sense. And let me know if you're still, does that make sense? Did that help at any? Let me know if that makes sense. And if you're still having that issue or still going through it, you may want to use particular crystals. There's certain crystals that probably call to you. These crystals are earth healing elements. And so for the third eye, you may want lapis lazuli, Amethyst. Amethyst is really good with transmuting certain energies. You may also want to clear quartz as well. Let me see. Are diagnosed with muscular dystrophy and a couple of other, elements. I do not walk. So something that has affect your walking. So Infinity, your walking is affected? I, not our. Oh, I was diagnosed with muscular dystrophy. Oh, that's a root. That's a root issue. Not being able to walk and move, that has to do with the root chakra. So definitely something, and this is deep root, that has to do with movement. Jimmy said it helps. I'm new to this stuff and every bit does help. Ashe, Jimmy, glad that was able to help you. Let me know if you still have that issue. Have you said you've had if this is the right one, if it's you, Jimmy, that said I think it was you that said you had the tumors. Let me make sure that was you. Yeah, Jimmy. Are you still suffering? Well, I don't like the word suffering. Do you still have the tumors? Are you still dealing with that? Let me know. Kills the muscles in the whole entire body. Yes, that muscular movement has to do with the root. So there's something definitely there that has been blocking the root. You definitely want to start with the root and do some deep root chakra, even deep earth chakra. Go into the root and find out what is it that has been blocking you. The number one block is fear. So you may want to ask some root type of questions. What is it that I need to feel comforted, nourished, understood? How do I see the physical things in this realm? Money, relationships, all the very tangible things in life. Like, how do they affect you? Because it's also how we internalize some of these things that affect the root. And so your root chakra is very like closed. And what you want to do is open and activate that root. And you want to get to the root of that root chakra issue so it can be cleansed in the consciousness, in the mind. I don't want to bring negative energy here. You're awesome. Oh, thank you, Jimmy. Nothing negative. Don't worry. No worries. No wahala. You didn't bring nothing negative. Nothing at all. But what I would say, if the reason why I was asking is to see if there's certain crystals that you could look into, but I would definitely look into the third eye. Look up anything. You can Google it. And Infinity, you can look into the root, and you already have the crystals, so you know. Like the crystals that's gonna go. I don't know how much you know about the crystals and the root, your energy centers, but very simple. If I could keep it simple for you all, when you want a particular crystal that can activate an energy center, always look at the colors. Colors are color codes. Like, don't just look at colors as pretty colors like the colors of the rainbow. Colors are light codes. Through the rainbow, there are light codes and energy centers. You are the rainbow, right? That's why in Noah and the ark, when it said the rainbow was promise, that promise is you. That rainbow is the rainbow promise in you. Go to the rainbow promise in you. And these are color codes. Ashe, thank you for the heart meet. Thank you. Thank you. Dedicated Roots. Hey, you found me. You found the live. You found a live vibe, sister. You've been on my mind. I'm like, I don't know when is the right time to call. I'm like, I need to call her. You've been on my mind. I gotta call you. I gotta tap in and tune in. But yes, these codes, these are your energy centers, are those rainbows in you. That's the promise that you need to go to. When you see a rainbow, I take that as a rainbow check. When I see a rainbow, I'm like, oh, yep, it's about that time. Let me do it. Let me do a rainbow check. Let me listen to my energy centers. Let me go to them. Let me open up them 7 seals. Right? So you want to go to the root. So what I was saying to you all too is, if you want to know what crystal goes with, you don't got to be a rocket scientist. You don't got to be a crystal scientist. You don't got to be an energy center scientist. Just match the colors. It's as simple as that. And it's like that with foods too, y'all, and flowers. This tree right here with the red flowers, like red root, like certain flowers will guide you to certain things. The colors are color codes, right? So you don't got to just match the colors. If you want to know what crystal goes, I need help with this particular energy center. I need help with this seal. I love how Dedicated Root calls them seals, right? I love it. I'm like, yes, open up them 7 seals. So if you're looking for that, all you got to do is look at the color. So for the root chakra, infinity, since you work with crystals, you'll know that's anything red, right? Like red jasper, and any type of red or dark colored crystals like black obsidian, jet, what's my other one I just said, black tourmaline. Any of these, they go for the root chakra, right? If it's kind of brownish looking, things like that, it's for the root, right? And carnelian is also good for the root. And if it's the sacral, you're going to look for the stones that are the color of the sacral. Sunstone, orange aragonite, if I said that correctly. The carnelian is for the root and the sacral. And citrine is for the sacral and the solar plexus because it's a little yellowish. It goes for both. So as soon as you get into those other, the sunstone is for the solar plexus because the sun. So anything that is the color, when you just look at the color of that crystal, listen to what crystals speak to you. It's speaking to your energetic field, and that field of information is also layered with your chakras, your energy centers. It's layered, like it's like root, sacral, solar, heart, so on and so on, throat, third eye, like it's layered. And as within, so without. So this information field is the rainbow colored information field that's also in your inner core, that is the doorways into your soul. It's all interconnected. Ashe, it's all interconnected. Thank you, thank you. I'm seeing the light. Let me go back, make sure I catch y'all. Yep, it's as simple as like 3 of your chakras being grounded in outside sources. Ashe, right? Those lower chakras are being grounded. The root, the solar, the sacral, those are all like grounded. And even up to the heart. Even up to the heart, I ground with the heart as well. I do more grounding. That's what I do with the full moon. So for those of who have been in any of my workshops, we will be doing a full moon transmutation right now. We start with the root 3 days before. Then we go into the sacral, then solar plexus, which is today, and then we go into the heart. And we bring everything up. We ask questions that we need to ask. We go into the garden. Very interactive. I pull up weeds on the root chakra day. On the sacral day, I get into the soil. I dig up some soil. I till that soil because why? That soil represents your subconscious. That soil is the feminine energy. That soil is the feelings, and we need to remove some unstuck feelings. So I ask particular questions while I'm digging up. And if the answers don't come right then and there, they come. They come when you get in the shower. They come when you washing the dishes. Just allow the answers to come, right? And then on the solar plexus day, I prune. I take the time to prune because that's the identity body. So I take the time to even plant something new, to transplant something, to prune any dead leaves, any of that. I do that so that I can fix up my identity body. Thank you, Dedicated Roots. Poo, poo, poo. I'm getting all the... Thank you for all the love, the likes, the... What was that? The party hat. Thank you, Ashe. So all of that is very helpful with, I use that with the full moon to activate all the energy centers. This is why I do energy alchemy. I'm alchemizing the energies within me as well as using the celestials, because I'm using the high octane, the high opportunity of the full moon, because the full moon makes it easy. Whenever I do a workshop, I tell people, you don't even got to look far. I just ask one question on the first day when we on the root chakra. I just ask, what is it that you're all feeling? Like, what's coming up for y'all right now? Because I know some ish is coming up, because the full moon brings it up. It brings up the emotions. It brings up the waters. It brings up the tides. And the waters represent your emotions. The sacral chakra, which is the element of what? Water. The emotional body. So it's going to bring that stuff up right to the surface. You don't even got to dig deep. Within a week before the full moon, you already start feeling some agitation. You already start feeling some itch. 3 days before, even more. Because the full moon or the new moon is most potent 3 days before and 3 days after. That's why I do it in that way. Anytime it's a full moon, I be like, let's catch these energetic waves. Come on, let me grab my surfboard because I'm not going under. And it's finna be some energetic waves coming. Some big ones. And I'm not going under. So I grab my surfboard and I surfboard. I surf these energetic waves. So I alchemize that. I transmute whatever fears or whatever is coming up. Best believe it has fear-based thoughts and feelings. And that's what we ask on the first day on the route. What are my fear-based thoughts and feelings? And I'm not talking about scary, what you scared of, because this is why people are timid and they don't want to name it, because they like, oh, I'm not afraid of nothing. I'm not asking you if you're afraid of the dark. I'm asking you to check your thoughts and feelings, and are they fear-based or are they love-based? That's it. There's only two feelings, fear and love. Every other feeling is a subdivision of fear and love. So whatever feeling you're having, if it's not love-based, it's fear. And there's your fear. You don't got to be afraid, scary afraid of something in order to have fear-based thoughts. If you have anxiety, if you have anger, if you have sadness, if you have loneliness, if you have annoyance, frustration, aggravation, disappointment, expectation, if you have any of that, that's fear-based. It's definitely not love. This, make it simple. This is what I tell us in the workshops. Let's keep it simple. Whenever a feeling comes up, just ask yourself, is it fear or love? And let's make it real simple. Is it love? Because if it's not love, it's definitely fear. Don't try to avoid it. Don't try to rationalize it. Don't try to make excuses for it. It is what it is. We got to be real blunt with ourselves, and it be that ego that blocks us. It be that ego. I'm telling you, the ego is very protective. It's hell-bent on protecting. Yes, yes. We love you. We do. Too bad my chakras are solar plexus wrapped. What do you mean they wrapped? Like, isn't that good? They solar plexus wrapped? It's wrapped in your solar plexus? Do tell. Well, are you actually confident? That's a good question for the solar plexus. Is it true confidence? If you are, bring me up. Let's talk about the chakras. Oh, I would love to. How do I invite? Y'all know I'm still learning the tickety-tock of the cosmic clock. How do I invite? Is it a full moon tomorrow? Yes, Infinity, it's a full moon. Sorry, I'm catching up to all I didn't even know more was down there, y'all. I'm catching up to it. So yes, it is a full moon tomorrow. It's actually real full looking right now. It's real, she up there looking real beautiful, right? That's the difference, yes, because a dark wizard or witch. Ooh. See, we was talking about that right before you came in. We was talking about those energetic entanglements, those parasitic entanglements that your parents were a part of. And if they didn't do what they were supposed to do, then they forfeit their light to carry to break the generational curses, and it passed on to you. And now you got to do that. A lot of us don't realize that some of our parents was wizards, witches, whether they know it or not, consciously or unconsciously. She said, blame TikTok. They want me to be like a chiropractor. Yep. Doing random adjustments and hopefully something does something. I need to see how do I bring people on? I don't know how to do it. I did it by accident the other day, and let the sun hit your spine. Yes. Let that sun hit your third eye. Let it hit your spine. Let it touch the back of your neck right there. Go all the way down. That's getting them light codes going directly into your what I call it, the CPU, your central processing unit, and your tree of life, because your spine is your tree of life. And that's why the serpent was to go up the tree of life, because the serpent represents sensations. See, they got that story all twisted when they talk about, oh, the serpent was. No, the serpent represents sensations. And Eve, which is the feminine energy, which is feeling, when there's a sensation, the feeling recognizes the sensations, because we feel sensations. And who feels it knows it. So when she feels it, then she carries it over to Adam, the conscious phase of mind, so that you can know it, so you can bring it to the light of your consciousness. See, a lot of people don't understand that allegory story. That allegory story, I'm telling you. And then breastfed your baby. Yep, I saw that too. Ashe, it does, it does. I'm so late, I don't even know. Dedicated Roots, I'm so late in seeing yes, it does, that I didn't even remember. Like, I know you agreeing to something, but I didn't know what it was. Let me see, I'm making sure I catch up, like the first time a baby tastes. Water, tides of emotion. Yes, you know it. You know it. The waters bring up the tides, and the emotions let you know what you gotta ride. Right? While listening to Kanye. No Beyonce. Ooh, you got it all up in here. What they do is make anger, then frustration. Yep, then anxiety. All of those emotions are all fear-based. Then you end up with synthetic idleness. Ooh, I like that word. I'm going to have to utilize that one. Synthetic idleness. Because it ain't real, and people just be idling. And it ain't real. Ashe, Ashe. Thank you for the hearts. Dedicated Roots gave me some hearts. And somehow blame their idleness on something other than them. They always gonna blame and look outwards, and they don't realize that they're sitting in idle. Like how a car just sits in idle. Your vehicle, your body, which is your vehicle in your car, is sitting in idle. Ashe. LOL, what ego? Ooh, we was talking about the ego. What did I say about the ego? I was saying something about the ego, that the ego is going to, what is it we go by with the ego? Sorry, y'all, I done dropped YouTube. But there was something about ego that I was talking about that I wanted to get into. Let me stick a pin, and it wouldn't be working right now. Ashe, Ashe. I'm so far behind. Y'all forgive me. I didn't even know the comments was going like that. It be stuck one place, and I think that's it. Are protecting and siding with people that attack men. This is why we have to watch the energetic entanglements, because of what we're siding with. We don't realize sometimes what we're energetically co-signing to. This is why in this particular time, we can't be playing out here in these spiritual streets. We just can't. Because we're co-signing to things. We can't do what everybody can do. I can't do what you do. That's what one of our people in our communities used to say, and I took that from him. One of the things he said was, leave people where they are. Leave people right where they are. And know that I can't do what you do. You just can't. We can't do that. Because then we co-sign to some stuff. Who know better, do better. And to what you know, you can't do. We can't go where everybody could go. As I was saying, Dedicated Roots was saying that, I think it was just yesterday, like I can't go nowhere. Like, I just be to myself. That's like me here. And it's to the point where I was like, I don't even do family functions. No birthday parties, none of, like, things that we normally look at as just regular-ish. It ain't regular, y'all. It ain't regular, right? You know, if you get hit in the eye enough, right? You'll know. Oh, you gonna know it. Get hit a couple of times and you will know. And it will sure enough show. Ashe? Yeah, I can't do Blueproof nights. We can't do what you do. So birthday parties thing, like I was explaining on another video, that they are demon stage showcases. It's like a whole demon shift happening. Like these parasitic entanglements in the bloodlines, they're shifting. They just shifted recently. When we make a shift, they got to make a shift. So for those of us who've shifted out a particular way, and they feel it, they know that you're not attached anymore. They know they can't sink their hooks in you anymore. So there's been a shift. And so there's what I call demon initiations. And at these parties, there's a whole demon shift happening. There's a gatekeeper. Let me say it this way. The gatekeepers are shifting. And they're now, it's like now this one who upheld the secrets and the family wounds, it's being passed to the next generation. That's literally what I was seeing last month. Those who were in that generation right above us, there has been a shift change. And to the degree of their wounds, the next generation, which will be, our generation where we are at now, it has been passed down. Or maybe even if you're younger than me, maybe you're in a generation before. But what I'm saying is we're witnessing a passing down. So from that generation that did not acknowledge their wounds and things like that, the gatekeepers of the wounds, that are the ones who keep the parasitic entanglement intact, the keepers of the energetic cult, which are the family bloodline patterns, the family dysfunctions, the lack of accountability, the avoidance, the denials, the incest, the rapists, the molesters in the family, all of these dysfunctions in the family that they choose to keep secret, right? They keep that held. And so there's been a demonic shift change where now it's been passed down to the next generation. So whoever in that next generation is a heavy wound carrier, they carry the wounds, which means they coddle the wounds of that previous parent. Let me say that again. They coddle the wounds, which means they keep the secrets, which means they're most likely in alignment. They are protectors of each other, right? Yes, they are protecting the next level, the next generation. So it's really being passed down. So be careful what stuff y'all go to. I literally just saw this at a family affair, at a family function, and I was like, I'm not doing this. And I had to stay on the outskirts. I barely went there just to drop off a gift, and was like, because my spirit already told me, nah, it's a whole demon camp going on. You see what's happening. You see where it's coming from. You see that it's coming from the family member that holds and keeps and protects the energetic cult, the wound. That whole thing is a staged, it's a demonic stage, and it's for an initiation, and they need certain people to be there to bear witness. That's why they need, oh, come on, you gotta come, you gotta come. Sometimes they're calling you and they don't know why they're calling you. This is why I say don't take it personal. They don't energetically know why they're calling you, right? But the energies know. And they're saying, oh, girl, come on. Oh, you got to come. Don't miss this one. Oh, please come. They need you to come, because that parasitic entanglement in the invisible realm, in the energy realm, needs you to be there. If you're a light worker, you might think, well, what if you're a light worker or you're breaking generational curses? They need you to be there so they can siphon your light, so they can siphon your energy, and so that they need your light to kind of be the stamp of approval, if that makes sense, to bear witness to this demonic exchange. It's hard to explain it, but it's almost like you empower that exchange. So yeah, there's a lot of things that you need to not be a part of, right? I am not going to weddings. Like anything, like if I know what once you see what you see and know what you know, you can't unknow it. You can't unsee it. So I have to pull back. I have to let them, hey, I send y'all my love and light, and I'm over here, because some of the things that y'all having is to have me be there to siphon my light, or to have me bear witness to it, because you need the potency of my light. Those demonic energies, those parasitic entanglements, they need the potency of your light. I'm saying, right? You want to hit the God frequency. Ashe, always hitting the God frequency. All right. So with that, one more thing that I'll say, because we could always talk more about this. We definitely want to continue the conversation of these parasitic entanglements and how they show up in the multiple ways. As I said, it's not just in the bloodline, but it is also in society. It is in you. There are parasitic entanglements in you, in your own consciousness, that we got to be removing. And that's why we have to utilize our energy centers and go into that. The ego, one thing I wanted to say about the ego blocks a lot, right? The ego is hardwired to protect. And so the ego will say, don't do something that you need to do. The ego is like, what do I call it? It's hardwired to protect, so it spins a narrative, as I've always said. So you'll be shown to do something, but that ego will pop up, right? And to give y'all a quick example, like this literally happened to me today, and I was like, yes, I beat that ego. I caught it right in the now action, right? And there was something that I needed to pick up. I had needed to pick it up for like a week, that I left at the Four Seasons event, for those of you who've seen that live. This was like for the spring equinox, and I was at this event, and I was supposed to bring back this musical, like a shaker, like it's like an African type instrument shaker, and I was supposed to bring it for someone and forgot it. I kept saying I need to go, so I finally got to go today. And I got there, and by the time I got there, first of all, the person wasn't there, so I had to wait. I got on the phone. After a while, the person showed up right when I was getting ready to leave. So I was like, ooh, just in time. I come, and she's like, yeah, I got it right here. But she let me know that the person was coming on Thursday. That's 2 days away. And so I'm like, And then I was like, nah, but I've been trying to come here all this past 2 weeks. I finally got here. I came here to get it. I didn't come all this way for nothing. You know, this is the ego spinning its narrative. It's like, I came here to get this, even in a good way. This is not bad. It doesn't sound bad. This is why we got to catch our ego, because it's not like it sounds bad, right? In my mind, it's like, oh man, I've been meaning to do this, and I finally got here, and I need to get it while I came here. I came all this way. So even though she's coming in 2 days, like, I might as well get it.